What if the record you were chasing your entire life had been sitting there since before you were even born? And what if the greatest comeback in British athletics wasn't the gold medal, it was what happened 376 days after it? This is the story of Keely Hodgkinson, a taxi driver's daughter from a town nobody's heard of, who collected silver medal after silver medal while the world quietly wondered if she'd ever win the big one, who then broke down completely, rebuilt herself from nothing, and came back to smash a world record that had outlived her entire life up to that point. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why some people in this sport now believe she's about to do something that hasn't been done in 43 years. Hit like and subscribe before we get into it, because you will not want to miss where this story is going next. Now, before we go further, I want to be straight with you about something, because it matters. You might have seen headlines out there claiming Hodgkinson has already smashed the outdoor 800-meter world record, the one that stood since 1983. That is not true. Not yet. That record is still standing, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you otherwise just to get a reaction out of you. What I am going to tell you is the real version of this story, and honestly, it's better than the fake one. Because the real version includes an athlete who spent over a year not knowing if her body would ever be the same again. It includes a world record she genuinely did break indoors, on the exact calendar date she was born. And it includes a 43-year-old outdoor record that she has now come within touching distance of, with her own coaches saying, on camera, the evidence says this can happen. So no, Usain Bolt hasn't issued some shocked statement about her. That part is invented. But everything else? The taxi driver dad, the coach who died 5 days before a European title, the 376 days of silence, the world record on her birthday. All of that actually happened, and it's a better story than any fake headline could ever be. Let's get into it properly. Atherton, Greater Manchester. It's not a place that shows up in sports documentaries. No elite training facilities. No long list of famous athletes who came before her. Just a normal, working-class town where nobody expects anything extraordinary to happen. Keely grew up there with her mum, her dad Dean, and her younger siblings. Her dad drove a taxi. That detail isn't there for sympathy, it explains everything that comes next. Because keeping a talented kid's athletics career alive costs money. Entry fees, travel, coaching, competitions happening hours away from home. Every weekend, Dean was in the car, driving across northern England so his daughter could compete at meetings most people had never heard of. No guarantee it would ever lead anywhere. Just a father who thought his kid was worth every mile. She joined Lee Harrier's athletics club as a young girl, a small local club. Nothing fancy, and immediately, she was faster than everyone around her. Not a little faster, uncomfortably faster. By 16, she was winning national youth titles. By 17, she was competing at European level. The 800 meters is one of the most brutal events in athletics. 2 laps, run in under 2 minutes, fast enough to feel like a sprint, long enough to punish any tactical mistake. At the elite level, the gap between gold and silver can come down to a single breath at the wrong moment. At the Tokyo Olympics, 19-year-old Hodgkinson became the youngest British woman to reach an Olympic 800-meter final in decades. Nobody expected her to medal. She ran 1 minute, 55.88 seconds, a new British record, and finished second. Silver, behind Kenya's Athing Mu. Most people watching thought this was the start of something incredible. They were right. But for Hodgkinson, all she knew in that moment was that she had run the fastest race of her life, and it hadn't been enough to win. Then, it happened again. Silver at the 2022 World Championships. Silver again in 2023. 3 major finals, 3 silver medals. A narrative started to calcify around her, the best runner in the world, who couldn't win when it mattered. It wasn't fair, and it wasn't even accurate, but it's what people were saying, and she knew it. Before we get to how she silenced that narrative, you need to know about Joe Galvin, the coach at Lee Harriers, who started working with her when she was just 10 years old. Not a famous name in the sport. Just a man from her local club who looked at a 10-year-old girl and saw something worth believing in. 5 days before the 2023 European Indoor Championships, Joe Galvin died. He was 80 years old. Hodgkinson raced anyway. She won gold and stood on that podium in tears, wearing her club's green and white colors, while her mum held up a flag that read, "R.I.P. Joe Galvin, Legend," by Paris 2024. Hodgkinson had 2 Olympic silvers and 2 World Championships silvers to her name. Then she ran 1 minute, 56.72 seconds in the Olympic final. Gold, the curse, as people had called it, was finally over. She then won 9 consecutive 800-meter races, that year an entire season unbeaten. And then, right after the biggest win of her life, she posted that she was done for the season. An injury. Everyone assumed she'd earned a rest and would be back in a few months. She wasn't back in a few months. The injury was a serious hamstring problem, and it kept her out of competition for 376 days, over a full year. No races, no timeline, just physio rooms, and the very real question of whether the body that had just won Olympic gold would ever be the same. Inside her training group, she started calling herself Keely 2.0. New strength work, a rebuilt body, a total reset. It's worth sitting with what that actually requires. You're the reigning Olympic champion, and you spend over a year watching everyone else compete, while you don't even know if your speed will come back at all. In February 2026, in Live in France, Hodgkinson lined up for her first serious indoor race in over a year. She ran 1 minute, 54.87 seconds, a new women's indoor 800-meter world record. Here's the detail that makes it extraordinary. The previous record had been set by Slovenia's Jolanda Iplak on March 3, 2002, the exact same day Keely Hodgkinson was born. That record had existed for every single day of her life. It was there when she joined her local club at age 10. It was there through every one of her silver medals. It was there through all 376 days of her rehabilitation. And she came back and broke it on her first real attempt. A few weeks later, she won her first ever world indoor title in Poland, dominant from start to finish. When asked to describe her season in one word, she didn't say relieved, or grateful, or comeback. She said, domination. Now here's where it gets genuinely exciting, and this is the part where I need to be careful to give you the real picture, not an exaggerated one. So here's what I want to know from you. With the European Championships and the rest of this season still ahead of her, do you think Keely Hodgkinson breaks that 43-year-old world record before the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028? Or is 1 minute, 53.28 seconds simply a mark that doesn't fall in our lifetime? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to be here the moment she actually does take a shot at it, hit like and subscribe right now, because that video is coming.